Hey everyone, I want to do a quick preparation guide on Phorlova so that way you know everything that you need to fully level her day 1. So I think the best way to do this is treat her like your normal hyper carry, since we won't fully know what our kit is until she's released. But I will do a quick guide on her so that way you know everything that you need to know before your O. So generally your main DPS is going to want a 10, 10, 10, 6, 6 for their skills, to where their main skills are going to want to be 10 and their average skills are generally going to be 6. So let's start out by taking a look at her Ascension materials. And due to the live stream, we know what's needed for her Ascension materials. So first off, we're going to need polygon cores, to where we're going to need 29 green, 40 blue, 46 purple, and 43 gold. For the flower, you're going to need afterlights, and sadly, you can't get these until we go to the new area. But you're going to need 60 flowers to fully level her up. Since we are going into a new patch, they generally do give us at least 15 flowers for the new character, so make sure that you take a look at the events once the new patch is out. There will also probably be a store where you can buy at least 15 of these flowers. So if you want to try to get these fast, you can spend a bit of shell credits and do events to get it quickly. Next we have our boss material, Truth and Lies, so where you're going to need 46 to max, but just like the flowers, you're going to have to wait until the patch comes out to access the boss. But like every patch, if you go to the book and you go to the swords, then you go to the bosses, generally the top boss is going to be the new boss, to where they're going to give you an early access to where you can fight it quickly and spin your wayplates to get the materials. Next we need the weekly boss master, where we're going to need the Netherworld stairs. If we're still using the 10, 10, 10, 6, 6 for the skill mats, we're going to need 18 of these weekly boss mats. And our weekly boss is Hectate, so if you have not been farming this already, you should be able to get 9 for the week. But if you have trouble getting to the boss, you can again click on this book, click on the sword icon, and then you can just click on weekly challenge, go to the Hectate boss and press proceed, and then simply fast travel right over there. Bringing us to her skills. And the main material that she's going to need are helixes. So if we're going off of that 10, 10, 10, 6, 6 for the skills, she's going to need 25 green, 28 blues, 55 purple, and 45 golds. So next let's break down what she's going to need to reach level 90. So for her to reach level 90, she's going to need 2,553,000 shell credits. And for the Resonator experience, she's going to need 2,438,000 experience. So an easy way to tell if you have enough experience is to take a look at your golds. Each gold is worth 20,000. So you're going to need 122 golds to have enough experience. If you don't have enough golds, you can always take a look at your purples. And since purples equal 8,000 experience, 10 purples equals 4 golds. This could be one of the things that people might be struggling on, so you might have to end up using some of your crystal solvents if you want to try to get her max the first day. So let's say that you decide to get her a weapon, and we already know that it's a rectifier. So all rectifiers use the same materials, rings and helixes. So for rings, we're going to need 6 green, 6 blue, 10 purple, and 12 golds. And for helixes, we're going to need an additional 6 green, 8 blue, 6 purple, and 20 gold, for a grand total of 31 green, 36 blue, 61 purple, and 65 golds. We're also going to need some additional shell credits to level up the weapon, to where we're going to need an additional 1,407,000 shell credits. So to fully level the character and the weapon, we're going to need 3,960,000 shell credits. But you're also going to need weapon experience. And for the weapon experience, you're going to need 2,692,000. So since golds equal 20,000, you're going to need 135 golds. But if you don't have enough golds, again, purples equal 8,000 experience and 10 purples equals 4 golds. So again, if you find yourself struggling with the shell credits, the weapon experience, or the resonator experience, don't forget about your crystal solvents. Next, let's talk about our echoes. Now we already saw in the live stream to where she's going to be using a 3-piece echo set, but we already know that she's a havoc damage character. So we're going to have to farm for her echo set as well as get a good 2-piece set in the Sun Seeking Eclipse set or the Midnight Veil set. So be sure to check your account and see if you have any good havoc damage pieces. If not, you might want to use some of your wave plates on Tacit Fields to get some good havoc pieces. But we still have to farm for the new set. Luckily, in the next patch, we're able to go farm for these echoes without spending wave plates. And this is a daily thing that we can do, so we should be able to get her extra set pretty easily. So probably the biggest issue that you're going to find getting her a set is just having enough echo experience to level up the echoes. So I would go ahead and try to make sure that you knock out all the events before the patch ends, so that way you get all of the Asterite and echo experience needed to level up for Phorlova. And if you're having any issues with that, be sure to check out this video to where I discuss all the events that are leaving once the patch ends. And for the newcomers, don't forget that there's a permanent tab to where there are a few events that you can do to get some extra materials. But with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and good luck on your Phorlova pulls, and also look forward to my quick guide coming out later this week. But other than that, I'll talk with you guys later.